Matter is everything that has mass and volume. Mass is the quantity of matter in the body. Volume is the amount of space occupied by the body. Matter is found in three states: solid, liquid, and gas. Measuring is the comparison of two quantities together to know how many times one of them contains the other. The quantity which we measure depends on the nature of the things. For example, when we buy clothes, we measure its length. When we buy vegetables and fruits, we measure their masses, and when we buy petrol, we measure its volume. For measuring, we must have a measuring tool and determine the measuring unit. Length measuring units. To measure the length of anything, we determine the distance between its beginning and its end. If you want to measure the length of a book, as an example, we use the ruler. We use the meter unit when we measure the dimensions of the ruler. Length measuring units. To measure the length of anything, we determine the distance between its beginning and its end. If you want to measure the length of a book, as an example, we use the ruler. Put it on the book and adjust it at the beginning of the scales at one end of the book. Then we read the scale at the other end of the book. We use the meter unit when we measure the dimensions of the room. We use the kilometer unit when we measure the distance between two cities. So, to measure the length, we must, number 1, use a suitable measuring tool. 2, choose a suitable measuring unit. The meter unit has parts such as centimeter and millimeter, and has multiples such as kilometers. 1 meter equals 100 centimeters, that equals 1000 millimeters. 1 kilometer equals 1000 meters, and the suitable unit is used according to the length we want to measure. Mass measuring units. The balance is used to measure the mass. The balance differs according to its use. So, we find the sensitive balance at the jewelry seller, and the natural balance at the grocery. The Pascal balance used to measure the mass of the cars. Now, digital balances are used. The mass is measured in kilogram units, or its parts, such as gram, or its multiples, such as ton. 1 kilogram equals 1000 grams. 1 ton equals 1000 kilograms. And the suitable unit is used according to the mass we need to measure. Volume measuring units. Volume is the space occupied by the body. The unit of measuring the volume differs according to the state of the matter. The volume of liquids and gases is measured in liters or millimeters, and the volume of solids is measured in cubic meter and its parts. 1 cubic meter equals 1 million cubic centimeter, that equals 1000 liters. 1 liter equals 1000 millimeters, that equal 1000 cubic centimeters. And the suitable unit is used according to the volume we need to measure. The cubic centimeter is a unit of measuring the volume, but the centimeter is a unit of measuring the length. Measuring the volume of liquids. We use the graduated cylinder to measure the volume of a liquid, or any graduated tool, and we must look at the level of the liquid surface and not to the point of contact between the liquid and the cylinder. This because some liquids have concave surface and some liquids have convex surface. Measuring the volume of solids. If the body has a regular shape, we measure its dimensions. Then we apply the mathematical laws. So as an example, the volume of a cube equals side times side times side. The volume of a cuboid equals length times width times height. Measuring the volume of an irregularly shaped body. We use a graduated cylinder contains a known volume of water or any other liquid in which the body can't dissolve. Then we put the body in the cylinder so the surface of the water arises and we measure the new volume. Thus, we can determine the volume of the body as follows. Volume of the body equals volume of the body and the liquid minus volume of the liquid. As an example, if the volume of the water is 20 centimeter cubic and after we put the body, the volume becomes 25 centimeter cubic. So the volume of the body is 5 centimeter cubic. The organized scientific thinking. When we face a problem, we must follow the following steps to solve it. Number 1, defining the problem accurately. 2, defining the suggested solutions. 3, testing the suggested solutions to reach to the most suitable solution for solving the problem. Example, measuring the volume of a stone. 1. The problem is, how do you measure the volume of the stone which has irregular shape? 2. The suggested solutions are A. Measuring the dimensions of the stone. B. Putting the stone in a measuring cylinder containing water and determining the increase in water, the volume, which equals the volume of the stone. 3. Testing the suggested solutions. The first solution is not suitable since the stone has irregular shape, and the second solution is suitable since the stone has irregular shape and doesn't dissolve in water. Masses of the equal volumes of different substances. If you bring many cubes of different substances, but they have equal volumes, and you determine the mass of each cube, you will find that the masses of the cubes are not equal. This is due to the difference in the density of different substances. So, equal volumes of different substances have different masses.